This one's for the stackers, the believers, the ones who saw the future before the world did. They laughed when the white paper hit the net. Said it wouldn't last, yeah, I remember that bet. But the blocks kept rolling, tick-tock chain. Hard money rising while the printers go insane. 21 million, that's the final command. No central bank could change in this plan. Those around the world keep truth in the chain. Freedom money breaking every fiat domain. Cold storage like keys in my hand. Self-sovereign living, yeah, I understand. Volatility storms, but the mission stays true. Stack sats every day, that's what we do. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Fiat keeps falling while the debt grows tall. Trillions printed up just to cover the fall. But Bitcoin marches like digital gold. Every 4 years the same story told. Hash rate climbing like a rocket in flight. Miners worldwide keeping truth in the fight. Permissionless rails running night and day. A monetary system no king can sway. From Wall Street towers to a farmer's land. Bitcoin leveling the economic sand. Not your keys, not your coins, understand. This is the revolution already planned. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Now listen close, here comes the move. Corporate treasury with a Bitcoin groove. Company called Strategy changed the game. Michael Saylor stacking sats in his name. Balance sheet loaded, conviction strong. Playing the Bitcoin century long. And this TRC spelled out so clear. STRC the preferred right here. Preferred stock ride in the Bitcoin way. Yield and conviction for the bold and the brave. While the world still wonders what this will be. We're building the future on BTC. Stack the sats, hold the line. TikTok block every time. Freedom money can't be banned. Bitcoin rise across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. 21 million written in sand. Bitcoin standard, sweeping the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Generational wealth built by BTC's plan. This is not financial advice. I hope you were entertained. If not, I'll do better next time. If you made it this far and you want to prove it to all the suckers out there, you gotta say the keyword. Be about stacking.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, and today is Crypto Day, or Orange Series Day, where, well, technically it's supposed to be Thursday, but I won't be available, so we'll do the update a little earlier, especially since we are green. So let's do a quick Bitcoin update. Macho Man, would you like to give the update?
Look at this chart, brother. We were down here yesterday. Donald Trump posted a tweet, and it looks good, brother. 71,000 and counting. Oh, yeah, moon, we coming.
All right, thank you, Macho Man, for the update. Very good update. Very, very green today. So looking good. Hopefully I didn't wake up the family on that. But let's move forward. Let's look at the indexes. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna ask Macho Man to do these, but man, that looks good. S&P up 2.64%. NASDAQ up 3.43%. Dow up 2.52%. Russell is up 3.72%. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Yeah. Sorry. very exciting to see some green in our lives, isn't it? Isn't it? All right, let's see if there's any yip yap going on. Put up some comments already. Good morning, Bruce. What's going on? Future's looking good this morning. Oh yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, pay the piper. Now you're chiming. You hear the macho man. Pay the piper. We got to do some wrestling. I got to have Pay the Piper on. We'll do some wrestling impersonations or talk about wrestling. A wrestling roundtable. Imagine that. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's get to the Orange Series. What the heck is the Orange Series, right? So, you know, since like at some point last year, the summary is I'm into Bitcoin. All right. I'm into Bitcoin as an investment, a long-term investment. So it's a part of my portfolio and I'm interested in learning more about it. So the way I do that, of course, is why not post about it? So obviously I made a weekly series where I share my journey. I share any information I learn and hopefully, it's helpful to us and others. But let's get moving. So this is episode 10, I believe. Actually, no, this is episode 11. Sorry. The topic is Treasury companies, because I just want to dig into the Treasury company website, which is bitcointreasuries.net, I believe, when we get to it, just to see like the historical data of, their Bitcoin buys. If we look at the first buy I ever did, again, this is just, I know I talk about it all the time. I had to go back into the log because, to Coinbase, of course, at the time, 2017, I did buy it and I was buying it and then putting it into another wallet, doing this. And then I got into some Ponzi and then I kind of jumped out. But like I said, last year in March, I said, you know what? I'm just going to buy. I'm going to buy every single freaking day. And that's it. And I've been doing that ever since, trying to build up, a decent amount. And it's not easy. It takes a while, especially at that time. Bitcoin was 84,000. And in the process, it went up to 120 something, and obviously all the way back down. So my cost base is kind of all over the place, but it's all good, man. It's all good. It's going to be a fun journey. History, again, that's a separate video, which feel free to check out. The halving. Every 4 years, obviously, there is a Bitcoin halving, which means you can only mine half of the Bitcoin that you can today. Right now, we're showing that the next halving is scheduled for around April of 2028. So it's about 2 years away. But again, what we notice, at least what I've noticed from being involved, is as the date approaches of the halving, the community seems to be bullish and Bitcoin seems to be rising. All right. So maybe that'll happen again. But again, it's 2 years away. So who knows? All right. Let's go to Bitcoin per person. Probably should zoom in for you suckers, right? So this is something I pulled a while back. These numbers are just, what Google said at the time. US population, 342 mil, right? So Bitcoin per person today, based on the circulating supply, is about, 0.05 per person. So if you own more than 0.05 and everyone in the US buys Bitcoin, you're ahead of them. You're ahead of them individually. And when we talk about the world, 8.3 billion, right? So, divide that by, if everyone in the world buys a Bitcoin, which obviously is not going to happen, or buys some Bitcoin, the per person amount would be 0.002. And in 2140, it wouldn't change much because most of the Bitcoin is mined. We have less than 1 million to go. So, I do have that here, though. 2140, by the way, is when that last Bitcoin, 2140, I think, plus 4 years around that time. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep this train moving. All right, here's the fun part, the weekly change. All right, so Bitcoin supply, circulating supply did increase by 2,584. So we have 20,012,821 Bitcoin in circulation. Supply left 987,179. MSTR Bitcoin buys Yeah, they bought Bitcoin. Hell yeah, they did. 4,871. Last week, they did not. Again, we have a lot of consecutive weeks where they've been buying Bitcoin. Last week, they did not. But the market was down. STRC had ex-dividend date. It takes a while for them to recover. So rightfully so. And it was worth it because, again, nice chunk they bought this week. I believe they announced it on the Monday, as they usually do. MNAV actually went down to 1.08 from 1.12. That's a 4% decrease. Let's keep going here. MSTR actually went up this week. Woo! 0.77%. So we shall take it. Let's keep going. STRC. I mean, look at this, bro. STRC, man, it just works. $100, $99. What a beautiful thing. This thing is going to be, you know, I know people say, it's risky. Are you scared? Remember, it's risky. Yeah. Again, risk. Everyone has a different opinion on risk. But this is one of my favorite products for sure. Especially like in this market that we're dealing with right now. Not today, but over the past couple months. I mean, this thing is just like a beauty. It's keeping my portfolio up and it's paying me a dividend. So thank you. Thank you very much. All right, ASST, even they bought Bitcoin. ASST is Strive, of course. It's the ticker for Strive. They bought 113 Bitcoin. So that's a beauty. They are at 13,741. Their MNAV dropped to 0.96. So some may say, there's a deal right there. There's a deal, sir. ASST price went down this week, 8.76%. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? How MSTR went up, ASST went down 8.76%. So very, very unusual. Usually they're somewhat close, but that is weird. All right, SATA still under $100 par. So this again looking like a deal. They went down in share price 0.57%. Misty went down 0.5% as well. Okay, now we go to the Treasury companies. All right. So again, what I do is I track the top 20 and I see how much Bitcoin did they buy this week. And strategy, as we said, 4,871. Check out MetaPlanet, bro. MetaPlanet bought 5,075 Bitcoin, more than MSTR. Do you believe it? Isn't that awesome? That's freaking awesome. MetaPlanet is now number 3 because freaking Mara didn't help themselves selling 15,000 the other week. But yeah, MetaPlanet is the number 3 Bitcoin treasury company. They are behind 21 Capital, who holds 43,000. So they're 3,000 away. Another buy like this, they can get ahead of 21 Capital. And then Strategy, they're not catching. I mean, there's no way. So I don't think anyone could ever catch them. But, you know, if they can get to number 2, that's a pretty big win. It seems like, you know, they and Strategy are the most motivated, right? Of course, and Strive. So we know the history of the Strategy buys for the most part. I wanted to pull up, let's just pull up the Bitcoin Treasury Company website, right? So here it is. I'm going to click on 21 Capital. And if you click on any of the companies, you can see what their Bitcoin holdings were over time. Just click all. And it looks like if right here, right, they had, it started May 10th of 2025. And then they did a big buy, I guess, on June 3rd of 25. And then another buy on July 30th, 25. But it's been flat ever since. So I'm not sure what they're doing. But I don't know what they're waiting for, but they haven't bought since, and they're the number 2. It's not going to last long. They got to move their ass and buy some more if they want to keep that ranking. Now, the one that's trying to pass them, MetaPlanet. Let's look at their chart, right? So we'll go down here. Again, I'm going to uncheck this other stuff. I just want to see the Bitcoin holdings. So MetaPlanet, looks like they started May of 24. And nothing, for the year of 24 since then, but then started moving in 25 and then jumped way up by November of 25. And then they, It looks like so from October they bought, January they bought, and then April they bought. So maybe it's like once every 3 months or so that MetaPlanet makes their big buy. So I don't know. You know, it's good to see though. I'm thinking like what's really going to move Bitcoin in the long run is these companies. So you know, and who else? Like Mara, forget them. I mean, they sold a chunk, so I don't want to, you know, look at them. But let's look at number 5, Bitcoin Standard Treasury Company. Okay, nice name, original, right? Let's see, Bixipo. What the hell is that? Where is the? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna pull up all time. Well, I guess they just made one purchase and that was it, at least from what I'm seeing here. So that's not fun, you know. Buy more, bro. Buy more. All right. So who else is on this list? Bullish. Let's take a look at Bullish. All right. So we'll uncheck this and this. Same thing with Bullish. We're not showing any frequent buys or nothing here. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Coinbase. Let's check out Coinbase. They'll be a little more exciting, maybe. So if we look at Coinbase, pull up all dates to January of 2021. Then they bought January of 22, January of 23. They sold some in January 25 and bought it back. I don't know what the hell this is, but sell then buy. But they've been buying, it looks like, let's see. So August, November, February. So there is a little more frequency there. So that's good to see that Coinbase is buying. So yeah, man. And again, there's so many companies listed here. We could sit here and go through all of them. But, you know, in the end, if all of these companies keep buying a little bit here and there, what they can, just imagine what could happen to the price of Bitcoin, right? Not even considering what's going on with the ETFs. I did see on this, there was a note here. Where the heck did it go? Here, let me go to 1 week. Here. Spot Bitcoin ETF report, largest single day inflow in 6 weeks. So obviously, people are buying the ETFs as well. So things are moving, man. Things are moving, right, Macho Man? Yeah. All right. So, what else? Who else? All right. So Strive, we saw they bought more, but we do see here Riot did sell 2,325. So you know, not cool, bro. Not cool, but maybe they needed the money. I don't know. So that's the update on the Treasury companies. But again, this website is amazing. I was worried that I'd get a pop-up that they charge you money for looking, you know, for too much. But it looks like all this information is available for free. So that's pretty damn sweet. But yeah. All right. So let's move on. Let's go back to the file and let's look at the top of the crop. But before that, let's go into the chat. Again, we are live this morning at 6:18 a.m. as of now. Market's green. Everyone's happy. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. All right. So where are we at here? I don't know where I left off. Maybe Marcia, Educator Mom. So welcome. Parabolic, welcome. I hope it can continue. Yeah. Question from Parabolic. Good to say it's good day to sell a put on the VIX, not financial advice. I mean, the VIX is down 20% in the pre-market, so could be. Depends what happens. Like, do we think that this little war here is not over? Do we trust the news that's coming out, or do we think it's going to get worse? But I mean, I am not, or I do not sell puts on the VIX, but it is a little nuts. And to be honest, I had to roll my call yesterday. I didn't get what I wanted. But I was in the money because yesterday sucked. The VIX freaking flew up. It screwed me. Went to like 26 something, but I don't know. The VIX is very scary lately. But I mean, hey, it's the only way to learn is try it. But like you said, not financial advice. And then when you try it, you can teach us. All right, how to go? What's the strategy? What should we do? Exactly. Mean Gene knows. Mean Gene. Woo. All right. So Bruce is selling calls. Are we turning this into an options episode? Mike and Venus, where you been? Where the heck you been? Good morning and welcome. What's going on? Susie in the house. All right. So now we're at the top of the crop. And you know about the top of the crop. All right. At the macho. All right. I can't do the voice anymore. So I will stop. I'm trying to control myself, but sometimes the macho man comes out and you just can't control him. You know, it's the madness. When the madness comes out, you just got to run. All right. There's no saving you. But if we look here, ETFs, this is as of April 8th, of course. Well, it's actually as of the 7th because I updated yesterday. But ETFs, they added 5,735 Bitcoin. And that's kind of in line with, what this said, right? Largest, if I click the article, largest flow. I don't know if it says amounts or anything, but obviously, yeah, people are buying again, when people buy IBIT or whatever, YBTC, whatever ETFs there are, obviously, those ETFs are going to buy the Bitcoin. They're going to hold it for you. So that's good to see. Public companies, we saw a lot of additions, but some are selling, and we see that as well. Countries are not making any moves. Maybe it's just not the time. So, yeah. Again, I don't even know why I track the countries since they don't freaking buy any Bitcoin. But hey, it's there for now. We'll take it from there. So what ETFs do people buy? Well, of course, yes, iShares, BlackRock. Yeah, BlackRock owns the freaking world. IBIT is the most popular one. So yeah, it makes sense that they had increased the most. The Fidelity one, which I believe is FBTC, they are number 2. Down here, though, ARC21, 1,700. So they're up and coming, too. Maybe they'll jump up in the ranks. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really care about which ETF is good. I just care that more and more launch. We saw like Morgan Stanley's launching the ETF. All these suckers, they want a piece of the action because they're greedy freaking bastards. Whether they believe in Bitcoin or not doesn't matter. They are greedy as hell. They want the management fee associated with that, so they're going to get involved. And again, it's so big now. There's no choice but to get involved to get a piece of the action. All right. So that's the top of the crop. Let's jump to yield on cost. Let me keep up with the comments though. Options always? Yes, absolutely. We always talk options. I mean, you have to, right? But today's going to be a good day, although it's only Wednesday and I do my rolls on Friday. But I may sell some calls on SoFi today. Even Open is up a lot in the pre-market, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Wow, here you go, watching from South Australia. Welcome, A1 boys. There's Doc back again. There is Doc. Tell a friend. All right, so yield on cost is basically, I don't even know. We'll just call it, I don't even know what to call this tab because I got rid of the preferred stock. Let's do the preferreds. There you go. The preferreds. These are preferred stocks. These are not ETFs. These are preferred stocks. All right. STRC and SATA. Those are the two I buy. STRC will start, again, margin maintenance on both Schwab and Robinhood, 50%. So that's good. It launched, July of last year. So far, so good. It's been around, 253 days. Launch price around 90. The NAV, the current price is $100 even. Like, you can't get any more perfect than that. Their yield is 11.5%. Their annual dividend based on one share is $11.50. They pay monthly. Their yield on cost based on the current price obviously is the same because it's $100, so 11.5% there. Did add some stuff to the right, which I'll do that at the end. SATA, I'm not going to call it its competitor, but its friend that wants to be just like STRC, launched in November. Margin maintenance on Robinhood, pretty good at 50, but Charles Schwab doesn't trust it, so they're keeping it at 100. So I don't like that, but hey, I did buy 10 SATA on Robinhood, but you know, I'm not Robinhood, Schwab, and I will continue to dip. I got to get past this. I'm going to trust this will go down in due time. Their launch price was 81, which was insane. And their current price is actually under their 100 par, so 97.42. So if you look at their yield, their current yield is greater than STRC. It's at 12.75. So if you buy it at 97.42 and you get the yield based on the 100, your actual yield on cost will be 13.09%. Not to mention future capital appreciation, assuming this, preferred stock, quote unquote, right, does go up to the $100 value. That's a 2.65% capital gain increase. All right. So you get the higher yield on cost and you get some capital appreciation. So that's why we talk about this. That's why we look at this. And that's why we love these funds. Now, a lot of people, they love talking about this stuff, like doing a dividend capture strategy. Now, this is something that's been talked about for so many years. And the timing, again, everything just has to work out. But technically, on these funds, they don't really move much. So something like this could be a possibility, in considering. So ex-dividend date for STRC, if I let me freeze this. There you go. So if we look at this, ex-dividend date for STRC is around the 15th. Again, they may fluctuate based on weekends and holidays. The payment date, typically the 1st. SATA, their ex-dividend date is the 1st, and their payment date is the 15th. So yeah, you can get something going on where you get paid for STRC on the 1st. You buy some, actually the timing kind of won't work out, especially if they both land on the 1st. So you'd have to wait an entire month. So if you did buy SATA, you know what I mean? So, but the thing I'm looking at is if you own both of these, you get paid twice a month, and I don't know about you, but that's normal in, the corporate world. You get paid typically every 2 weeks. So twice a month is about every 2 weeks. So boom, 1st, 15th, 1st, 15th. So you put, $1 million in the two of these and wham bam, you'll live off of it, maybe close to it, but I don't know. It's just it could work, but who the hell has $1 million? All right, strategy and their road to Bitcoin. Their current total Bitcoin holdings 766,970. Let me just double check that. I gotta click this button. 766,970, 766,970. If they buy 233,030 more, that's $1 million. Then strategy will own 1 million Bitcoin. Again, is that good? Is that bad? You decide. I don't know. I'm just telling you when approximately that could happen. Based on the weekly average buys of 6,748, that could take 35 weeks. Which will land you on December 9th of this year. So it could happen this year, should happen this year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I don't know. Well, by the way, 1 million Bitcoin will be almost 5% of the total supply when all said and done. So something to think about there. All right, let's keep going over here now. Now, my holdings. All right, let's talk about that. Let me check up on the comments, see if you guys are yapping or asking questions. What's going on? All right. Axios. Is that the one that tanked? All right, they're talking about oil, gas prices. Yeah, it is what it is, right? To be honest, I'm like the worst person to even talk about, because I go to the most convenient gas station, which is a ripoff. But you know what? It's down the road, so I really don't give two craps. But anyway, let's look at the Bitcoin. So anyway, I own about I've been buying it in several locations. I'm at 0.2. All right. What's the goal? Obviously, yeah, 1 would be fantastic. 2 would be great. 3 would be good. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just the allocation of the portfolio at the moment, doing daily buys or buying bigger chunks as I can. But we are at the 0.2 mark overall. So that's good. And that currently values at $14,000, which, that don't do crap. That you ain't living off that. So obviously, it is what it is. We're nowhere near where we want to be. That's the moral of the story here. MSTR doing some daily buys as well. We're at like 14.44 shares. That's valued at 1786. STRC. And again, this is as of yesterday's close, right? 53. Let's just double check. 53. Yes. Obviously, today the numbers are going to look even better, like a lot better. STRC, we're holding 24.45 shares in the Robinhood account through the daily buys. That's a 2,445 value. ASST, 57.83 shares, $536 value. We got a leap on ASST. Right now, it's worth $533. SATA, we got about 12.15 shares, and Misty about 10.62 shares. And again, the job of Misty, the job of SATA, the job of STRC is to help support my daily buys of Bitcoin, of MSTR, of ASST. And that's it, right? And then eventually, hopefully they could support it. And then when they can support it, I'll increase the buys. I'll buy even more per day, and more and more and more and more and more and more. And then eventually we'll get to a really good point of just some crazy compounding. We hope. All right. We hope. All right. So now let's look at the payouts here. Again, it ain't much. It definitely ain't much. But STRC in April, they paid me out about $21.80. SATA about $12.48. Misty about $2.88. We're at like $37.16. And again, for fun, I'm just putting over here what does the bill pay? And right now, that's approximately what it would pay an internet bill for my parents. So let's the 1 Bitcoin. What is this? Yeah, this is just calculating when I would own 1 Bitcoin. I did that last week, though. I'm not going to do that again. So I'm just going to go right to the loans. In fact, I need to move that 1 Bitcoin over because it's part of the prior series. So again, what do you do? Like, you buy all this freaking Bitcoin. What are you supposed to do with it? It doesn't pay you a dividend. It just sits there, right? Sure, it appreciates in capital, or at least you hope it does. But yeah, oh, wow, you own 1 Bitcoin. You own 10 Bitcoin. What the hell are you doing with it, right? Well, people borrow against it, right? Isn't that the idea? You borrow against your Bitcoin? Okay. So who allows that? I don't know. Coinbase does through another third party. So let's look at that. So let's say I own about 0.06. Let's just say about 4,800 in Bitcoin, right? They'll let me borrow 3,500, which is about 71% of the total investment. And let's see, a safe loan would be to me to borrow much less, because again, they're going to call you when that loan to value ratio hits 86%. So which makes it very close. And Bitcoin would have to go down to 61,000, and that is possible. We know that is. The interest rate that you can borrow money from your Bitcoin is 4.19% at the moment. Is that good to borrow at 4? I mean, sure. If you can get paid 12% from SATA, yeah, hell yeah, But don't forget, Coinbase got to get their piece, Of course they do. 1% there. So it's actually like 5%. So in the end, if I'm looking at like what I'm holding in Coinbase, if I actually just took out the money in, some money, and I borrowed against it, and I bought, say, SATA, right? I can make a monthly profit of 643. At what point should I actually do that? At what point is it actually worth it? $10 a month, $100 a month? I don't know. But ideally, and then the other question is, what platform are you better off borrowing on, right? Where are you better off holding your Bitcoin? Like what is the best option? I know that so many different people say so many different things, and everyone thinks they know everything in this freaking space. So, but it is fun to ask because, some people are very helpful. Some people are just, complete a-holes, but there's nothing you could do. But it is what it is. But that's like any space. All right, so that's pretty much the update. Let me go through some comments, see what you guys are doing. Okay. Leaving for work. See you, Double D. About to learn. Oh, man. Parabolic's learning everything. Any Bitcoin will be worth more than anything else you can invest in. Physical can't be hacked by quantum. All right. Yeah. No, this quantum thing, I don't know. Some people say, what are you worried about? Some people say, I don't know. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe add that to the freaking risk, whatever that may be. But again, a lot of people say, get a what is it, cold wallet, like a hard wallet or cold wallet, right? So you buy this freaking electronic device, which who the hell knows who makes this thing, and you put your Bitcoin there, and it's supposedly safer than Robinhood, or safer than Coinbase, or safer than the ETF. I mean, I don't know if I believe that, to be honest, because who the hell, you could buy this from, these companies you're buying this crap from, they all seem kind of shady, to be honest. So you're buying, like, again, a hard electronic device. Here's my Bitcoin. Let me put it there. And then, obviously people feel safe about it. They've been talking about it for years. So I'm assuming it's working. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's good to, in my opinion, just spread it out. Maybe put some there, some on the brokerage, some on some of these crypto exchanges. But I don't know, man. That's the problem. Or just do the ETF, right? Because then you could sell calls on it, and then you could borrow margin on it, right? I mean, it's really easy. It's really the easiest way now. But Bitcoin Army, I don't know. I don't know about those peeps over there, right? All right. Cold wallet. Yeah. Is that what it's called? Cold wallet? Okay. It's cold. It's cold. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice. All right. Go get ready. Got to get ready for work. All right. Have fun. I'll get blasted in Bitcoin chat. I think XRP is going to do well. That's the thing. Whatever we think works, buy it, man. Buy it. Me personally, I can only mentally handle one. And that's why I'm just Bitcoin only. Bitcoin only, that's it. I believe me, I did the XRP thing. I did the Shiba Inu thing. I did the freaking all of them. I've had so many shit coins you can't even imagine. But yeah, we could do an episode on the cold wallets, or whatever the heck we're calling them, another time. Maybe I can have some of you experts on, and we can talk about it. This wallet's the best. No, that wallet's the best. Don't buy it on Robinhood. Yes, buy it on Robinhood. Don't buy an ETF. Not your key, not your not your coin, right? whatever the hell that means. So that could be a whole nother episode. But anyway, what else we got going on? So let's do another price update. Let's see. Is it beauty? It's a beauty still. Beauty. Chilling out a little bit. All right. We go to the 24-hour. Yeah, it's plateaued here at the 71 range, but hey, at least it's above 70, so that's good. That's good. Yeah. Docs, there you go. Not your keys, not your coins. It's my coins. So how about that? It's keys. So again, keys. What are you talking about? The phrase? When you say keys, are you talking about that phrase, the key phrase, the 20 freaking or 25 words? Or are you talking about the cold wallet? Because there are wallets that are digital. Yeah. So then what about putting your Bitcoin on Trust Wallet, right? Or Meta Wallet, whatever the hell it's called, right? They have a key phrase. So is that the same thing? Why not do it there? Because it's easier to track versus a random device that you don't even know who the hell made. Bitcoin is my digital gold digger. Yeah, for sure. Private key. It looks like both Parabolic and Doc feel strong about this cold wallet, right? I don't want to be cold though. I don't want to be cold, you know? No, it's fun to question it because you know, some people, especially on X, they get very sensitive. They say you don't even, you know, own it. But hey, when it comes to selling it, I'll get my money much faster. That's for sure. But again, I'm not against it anymore. I'm not against the cold wallet. I'm even entertaining buying one. But I'm against putting all of it there, right? I want to spread it around because I don't know who to freaking trust with this crap anymore, right? So if you spread it around, then wham, bam, thank you, man. Ideally, you want air gapped. Never touches the web. So we think, right? So we think. We don't know. I don't know. But again, topic for another episode for sure. Let me check out the indexes. Ooh, yeah. S&P. Look at that. That's a beauty, man. That is a beauty. So it's going to be a good day in the market. Good day. Any other questions? We have 126 of you between. I got this on 2 YouTube channels and on X. So I don't know. But we'll actually let me check the queues real quick. If I can get oh wow, the queues are almost at 6:15. If it could stay at this range by Friday, I'm gonna be back to making money on the Roddy, on the queues. Some good money, which is good because I've been missing out, you know, since the indexes have dropped. But you know, we'll talk about that Saturday. Actually, crap. Well, no, I should be able to do a video Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Enough about this cold wallet crap. Enough about crypto. Enough about Bitcoin. Enough about the Orange series. We need to mention that, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video was for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, I don't know. I give up, right? I give up. I'm tapping out. It's over. Macho Man elbow drop. Done. Pin me. 1, 2, 3. But yeah. Outside of that, maybe I'll replay the crypto song for those of you that were not here in the beginning. We'll play that song, and then we'll do the keyword, and then we shall wrap it up. All right. I know Doc loves music, so enjoy the music, Doc. We'll be back in a second.
Be about stacking. Until next time, stay humble, no looking back. Be about stacking sats. Stay humble, no looking back. Yeah. Yeah. This one's for the stackers, the believers, the ones who saw the future before the world did. They laughed when the white paper hit the net. Said it wouldn't last, yeah, I remember that bet. But the blocks kept rolling, tick-tock chain. Hard money rising while the printers go insane. 21 million, that's the final command. No central bank could change in this plan. Those around the world keep truth in the chain. Freedom money breaking every fiat domain. Cold storage like keys in my hand. Self-sovereign living, yeah, I understand. Volatility storms, but the mission stays true. Stack sats every day, that's what we do. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Fiat keeps falling while the debt grows tall. Trillions printed up just to cover the fall. But Bitcoin marches like digital gold. Every 4 years the same story told. Hash rate climbing like a rocket in flight. Miners worldwide keeping truth in the fight. Permissionless rails running night and day. A monetary system no king can sway. From Wall Street towers to a farmer's land. Bitcoin leveling the economic sand. Not your keys, not your coins, understand. This is the revolution already planned. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. TikTok, next block, hear the band. Bitcoin rising across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Building our future with the hardest money known to man. Now listen close, here comes the move. Corporate treasury with a Bitcoin groove. Company called Strategy changed the game. Michael Saylor stacking sats in his name. Balance sheet loaded, conviction strong. Playing the Bitcoin century long. And this TRC spelled out so clear. STRC the preferred right here. Preferred stock ride in the Bitcoin way. Yield and conviction for the bold and the brave. While the world still wonders what this will be. We're building the future on BTC. Stack the sats, hold the line. Tick-tock block every time. Freedom money can't be banned. Bitcoin rise across the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. R to the 2, the O to the 2, the C, that's the man. Daily stacking BTC is the plan. Hard money, future in our hands. 21 million written in sand. Bitcoin standards sweeping the land. Retired on crypto, taking a stand. Generational wealth built by BTC's plan. This is not financial advice. I hope you were entertained. If not, I'll do better next time. If you made it this far and you want to prove it to all the suckers out there, you gotta say the keyword. Be about stacking. Until next time, stay humble, no looking back. Be about stacking sats. Stay humble, no looking back.
All right, that wraps it up, but it's keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you would like to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. Keyword today, I think we'll go with hot wallet. Everyone brags about their little cold wallets. They're so awesome, right? They're untouchable, but you know what? We got hot wallets over here now. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. You got to type in the comments down below, whether you're on YouTube, X, or whatever. Type it in the comments, hot wallet. And that tells me and all the other suckers out here that you made it. We got the hottest wallet in town. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a good one. I will talk to you. Well, I might not do another video till Saturday morning, by the way, but we'll see. Later.